Hi everyone, I hope you all are doing good. So the purpose for me doing this video is I just had well, I don't know what to say. Is the constant arguments that you get into when you're driving on the road. I was just starting out of my kids' school compound, and you need that shoulder of the road to be clear when you're turning, okay, because you know how the roads are in Guyana is narrow. And the problem in this country is that the new culture, apart from the driving culture, is the wrong and strong culture. Now there's already vehicles at the shoulder of the road at the end, okay, parked just as you're turning out the school compound. This woman driving in front of me, okay, she stopped for her kid. Now when she drove out of the bridge, she decided to stop and stall there. Like, I don't know if the kid come out or whatever, because I was paying attention to my kid, picking up my kid. She's trying to double park on the shoulder of the roads. I wind down my window and I told her, you cannot park there, lady. She blocked up the traffic from coming out of the school compound, and I am trying to get out of the school compound like everybody else, and it is rush hour for picking up kids and all that. Wind down my window to tell the lady, you cannot park there. But before she listened to what I have to say, she ready to rave up. But I don't have time to hold up the whole traffic behind me and argue with her. I drove off because everything is going to be recorded on my dashboard camera, so she could whine and talk as much as she wants. I really don't care. The evidence is on my dashboard camera. This is the kind of culture that we have here in Guyana, is that you can't talk for your right. You can't say anything. You can't open your mouth. These people, the driving culture, it is so crazy, and I'm sure I'm not the only one who think that it is so crazy. People double park all the time on the shoulder of the roads. The cops don't say anything. As far as I'm concerned, the traffic department cannot manage a traffic situation in Guyana. Let me tell you something. If a lot of simple implementation can help make the traffic situation better. Let's say, for example, when Marine Academy, for example, during rush hour, it's best to have some no parking. Put some rules where there should be no parking on the shoulders of the road. There is a national park, a parking lot where parents can use, and they can park there. There should be some no parking signs on the shoulder of the road where you have to turn in to get into these schools. So that way they don't have to block up the traffic, because when these vehicles park on the shoulders of the road, and then some of them double park too, they block up the traffic. These are simple implementation that can be in place, and they don't need to be like whole day story. I know parking is a problem in the city. It just needs to be for these hours when school kids got to be picked up, to avoid all these problems. Simple little things like that. No parking no parking signs just at the shoulder of the road to prevent people from double parking and all these kinds of things. People don't care. I'm not sure they're entitled to break the law. They're entitled to do whatever they want, hold up the whole traffic, and you can't say anything. And next thing too, the stoplight at this, right by this junction here, by where Everest Cricket Club is there, that stoplight there. Now when you're at that stoplight, if you're turning right to Everest Cricket Club direction, you have to wait for the arrow to show that you can turn right, because there is oncoming traffic. But what happens is that the stoplight will show green. The people behind you are blowing the horn like they're crazy, and you are turning right, but because it's showing green, they are behaving aggressive. One time a guy came and he turned up right up my window here. I said, I'm turning right. You are free to turn out and drive straight ahead in the western direction. So these are simple implementation that the traffic department can do to avoid all this road rage and problems, and ensure that the stoplights are working. Ensure that there is backup power for these stoplights as well. You cannot have one source of power. Everybody knows GPL don't function well. Everybody know that. You cannot have the stoplights on the GPL grid alone when you're talking about sustainable development and low carbon this and that and all these plans, because the only thing Guyanese people are seeing here right now, you understand me, is everything in words and paper. Everything is in words and paper. The policies, the plans, and everything is in words. I don't expect the government to have a magic one, but simple solution and simple problems could be problems could be solved. Simple solution could be implemented with regularizing traffic, putting system in place, and it's becoming worse. I'm telling you guys, you look on the road, you can see the amount of incidents and many of the amount of, let me tell you something, guys. I've been driving for over 20 years, and it's every time I drive on the road, I record countless. Every day I'm driving every day on the road. Every day I drive on the road, I'm recording countless breach of traffic rules. And they force you into some position yourself where you end up having to in order to get out, you have to do some nonsense or something to maneuver out or whatever, because they brace you up in some corner. You end up, whatever it is, in some crooked up position on the road. All kinds of things happening. They need to do something about all this nonsense that's happening on the road, and it's out of control. It is clear that it's out of control, where people just do whatever they want. People riding with these scooters, they don't have helmet, they don't have light. Do you know the amount of time that I drive on the road and see these people? They have no helmet, no lights, nothing. And I find a lot of these foreigners, you can see that they're foreigners, and because sometimes you hear the accents, that they're on the scooter riding around all on the main road and everything. No lights, no helmet, no nothing. The cops are right there, the cops does nothing. This situation, the traffic situation, is totally out of hand. The double parking, all these things, and I don't know, everything in this country seems to be written on paper and be in conference room. Everything in this country seems to be in conference room, written on paper, because you're not seeing anything happening. You're seeing the roads, main roads, they build them up, and 1 month after, big holes on them. So everything is on paper in this country here. Paper and conference and speeches. Nothing exists beyond, because I am telling you guys, straight up as a Guyanese, if I could go and live somewhere in the jungle right now and left all this mess, I'll do it, because you know what? It's not worth it. But I have kids. I have to drive on the road. I have to go to the supermarket. But you know what? The stress there, it's not even worth it. It's not worth it. The crab dog attitude and the wrong and strong behavior, and it's not worth. Everything is just on paper and in conference room in this country. Only bare talk. People are now stepping up. And let me say it straight up. More than ever, Guyana has more educated people than ever. But that's as far as it gets. Educated people, and they can't implement shit in this country. No shit. They don't implement nothing. They don't bring no change. They don't, whatever it is. It's either because they're afraid to lose the bread, or they're afraid to speak up. They don't bring no change. Guyana got the most educated population than ever. But you know what? I've seen it repeatedly. They don't bring no change to nothing. Hardly anybody bring any change to anything. Hardly. They just go by, easy go, whatever. They don't put up a battle to bring about change or anything. They want somebody else to do it for them. But you know what? When the problem get big, it'll reach right at your doorstep. And when you get affected by it, then nobody's gonna support you. But I'm speaking on behalf of myself and other road users. There are a lot of senior people driving on the road too, who are experiencing a problem and bullying and big trucks and whatever trying to run you off the road, all of that. I'm speaking on behalf of myself, and I'm sure a lot of other people. So you folks out there who have the authority to implement the actual policies that you guys have on paper to make changes for the betterment of the people of the country, you know, get out your comfort zone and do it. Just get out your comfort zone and do it, okay? Because at the end of the day, you gotta use the road too, and you're not going to be sitting on one place. It will affect you at some point in time. The problem is getting worse, and it's getting bigger. I don't know why double parking and all these kinds of things, why are they allowed? Why these things are allowed? And I just wanted to vent, because that's how I feel right now. You understand me? That lady just double parking and put on her. She think that it's all cool. Just pull in. Oh, she had like a whole lot of space ahead. You know, just pull in and wait for your kid or whatever you got to do. I've done that many times when my kid is late from coming downstairs. I have to drive all the way around just because there is a no parking sign in the school compound. Don't park. You can't park. Then you can't park at the shoulder of the road, because it's not fair to other people who are coming out of the school compound. But these are the selfish, and I can't even find words in the dictionary anymore to use. I really can't. But I hope that measures are taken to improve the traffic situation in this country for the betterment of all. Thank you all for listening. See you all. Bye.